Welcome back to another video. It's me, Lou. It's your boy Mo.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. Let's go. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, comment, whatever you can.
Hit the notification bell so you can see all the new videos.
As for our audience, if anybody can, they can come up with an idea on what to call yourselves, put it down below. Yeah.
If you got comments, comment. Let me know how you feel.
Boom.
Good or bad.
Lifestyle, apparel.
CB Lifestyle and Apparel. Always check us out. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Always popping with the newest.
Got it.
Whatever's popping.
You want hats? Got them.
Got them. Shirts, sweaters. Got everything.
Got them. Just go on. Take a look.
Support the
take
movement,
a quick
baby.
Look.
That's the movement.
Goes to a good cause.
Fuck wearing their clothes. I wear my own.
All right. Hey, man. Hey,
sorry.
Yo, calm down. Settle down. Anyway, so we have a couple things we want to talk about, but I think that we just got stuck in a topic for a second.
We were just talking about something.
Yeah. So
we're gonna go
consumerism. So
I'm gonna read the definition.
Let me read the definition. Because of my I have an opinion about it.
I don't really know about it.
Yeah.
Right? The definition of consumerism is the protection. This is from your dictionary.
Yeah.
Consumerism is the protection of the rights and the interests of general pool of buyers, or an obsession with buying material goods or items.
Correct.
Laws and rules that protect people who shop and spend are examples of consumerism. An obsession with shopping or acquiring stuff is an example of consumerism.
Boom. That's an example. Okay. So overall, consumerism is you can eat or consume, right? Or consumerism is what you buy, where you spend your money, where you spend your finances. And when I was speaking to Mo about it, I was trying to explain the middle class. So the poor are they're scared of middle class, so that the middle class never gets poor, and the middle class is going to consume and buy whatever the rich people, whatever rich or wealthy, however you want to put it, buy the products that they sell, and that's what's keeping them rich. So it's good to keep the middle class happy and scared of the poor to keep money in their pockets. I'm bringing one to you. What do you think about that? You think that's false information?
I don't know. It's not
because
false.
I'm bringing this up somebody
false.
might have not thought about it and is not aware.
It's not false.
Right.
It's just a lot of things that are not being talked about when you're explaining that.
When we're talking about wage gaps.
All right, so start over what you said. You said the poor scare the middle class. This is why I say when I'm listening to somebody, I listen to what they're saying.
The poor scare the middle class because they don't want to be poor.
So this is a system that's set up from what we're talking about. Which I don't know if that's consumerism, but what we're saying, the poor scare the middle from being poor. The reason why I'm probably considered middle class is because I don't want to be poor.
Right.
Which I don't believe.
Right.
That's not the reason why I'm middle.
No, you want to be rich.
I want to be rich. I would say that. See, now we're looking at something different. If we say that I'm scared of being poor, that's one thing. If I say that I want to be rich, then it would be me looking up towards the rich.
So wait, hold
as
on.
a way of getting.
So wait, what do you want?
I want to be rich.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, we just explained that they have the poor to scare the middle.
Correct.
So that means people that are in the middle class are scared of being poor.
Correct. But the funny part about this conversation is,
I'm not scared of being poor. I'm just not gonna be poor.
I was poor.
I was poor, but
now.
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
As an adult, I won't be poor.
No, I'm never gonna be poor again.
And my goal, you said what my goal is,
is to be rich. 100%.
Correct. So I'm not looking at the poor.
Right.
I'm not worried about being poor because I won't be poor.
You aren't. But I'm just explaining there's a system implemented where that is the case, where people are unaware of the fact that that's how the rich kind of set that whole thing up.
So it's unconscious.
It's I know.
It's conscious. They're looking at it.
Yeah, it's exactly. I'm talking to the unconscious. I'm talking to somebody who didn't take the red pill. I'm talking to somebody who did. Who doesn't.
But I'm not worried about being poor because I will never be poor. I will go out.
I wasn't talking about you.
I will rob everybody for my family. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, me too.
If it comes down to it, and my family starts to starve, and my son is asking me for food, I will rob Publix or I will rob somebody and get money.
This is The Walking Dead all over again. The Walking Dead conversation. I don't think we ever brought you guys into The Walking Dead conversation. We shot a podcast about it, but we never got to really get dive into it. But overall,
and I'll survive. We
were thinking about the Walking Dead and how the zombies aren't the enemy. Right? It's the people that are the enemy now.
Yeah, they're the worst.
The zombies are the easiest thing to get around. They're just like, whatever, because that's the threat. Dumb. But the real threat is other people, other human beings that want to take your shit. all right, that want to trade with you, or they want to trade something for something else. So that's going back in the day, and thinking about like, what if we didn't have any money, right?
Yeah, we have to trade.
But overall, when you think about it, I think most successful in the middle class do want to be rich. I think everybody wants to be rich, right? You just have to do the work to get there.
Even the poor want to be rich.
Yeah, even the poor want to be rich.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good concept when it comes to consumerism, and also a good concept on where you decide to spend your money and who you decide to support.
Well, that was one thing. So I was going on your level that you said. You said poor, scared of middle class, which like I said, I don't know if that's a good concept because
you want to live in the ghetto, though?
Yeah, but it's not scaring me. There's a difference between scared and being like.
Do you not, okay, let me ask you
no,
this.
I'm not
Do you
scared
never
of
want to
it.
go back
Being
to
scared
that?
of me is something.
You never want to go back to it.
No, but being scared of it means that
I don't fear anything.
Well, that's scared.
I don't fear anything.
But that's.
I'm not saying you.
We're talking in general though.
Yeah,
we're talking in general,
yeah,
and I'm saying I can only say from my opinion. I can't say if the guy across the street from me is scared of being or fearful.
They're not
of
like
being
this.
Poor.
Oh, like you're making it sound.
But you're saying scared.
I'm saying I don't want to ever be poor again.
Nobody does.
Yeah,
Even the poor doesn't want to be poor.
Right.
But I don't know if that has to do anything with.
So here's the thing. You're taking this out of context off of consumerism.
I'm going off of the words.
Yeah. Consumerism is the word.
The consumerism word
so
is
look,
weird.
So
I don't even know what that means.
So when we think about it and we buy the things from the rich,
it says protect.
It's going to make us spend the money. It's going to make us more poor because we're spending the money and never saving it, right?
But the people that were rich were never rich.
What? People that were rich were never rich? That doesn't even make no damn sense.
They weren't rich before.
Oh yeah, I get that.
So they were middle class and they started selling to the middle class.
Correct.
So they weren't rich.
I'm not saying that rich people.
They were middle class
anything.
people wanted to be rich.
I'm not saying that rich people aren't buying anything, like buying a fucking yacht or 18 condos, but they like to.
No, they consume too. They consume more.
They like to, but they also like to invest. It's the reason why they stay rich, because they're spending the money on the right things. Not always, but most of the time. Yeah, buying a boat is it's like that's gonna put you in somewhat debt if you don't have the money. But that condo complex that you bought might have enough money in there to pay for that boat and your nice house. So overall, like, they got that figured out, that system figured out. The middle class is consumers, and they're trying to buy everything that the rich are selling, which is another thing. They're coming up with. I'm not saying Elon Musk and Tesla. I'm saying Goya. I'm saying
Goya started.
Amazon.
Goya was broke.
I'm saying these people
Amazon was broke too.
They're going to stay rich because and we're going to stay poor because we keep spending the money on all these things.
You're talking about just buying shit that you don't need.
Just buying shit we don't need.
I don't know if I can say that consumer. I say that all the time. You can't buy shit. People buy so much shit.
Not just that you don't need either. It is somewhat that.
There's most shit people don't need that people buy.
Yeah, a lot of shit. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people buy. Even when they go to buy a car, they go buy the best car on the lot, and they can't afford the car.
Just be conscious about what you're spending your money on, for one.
But you need cash.
Yeah, you do need cash.
You need to invest your cash.
Yeah, you need to. That's the point. You need to invest your cash.
Well, you need cash.
That's what the rich is doing.
I have cash, and I have investments.
All right, Don.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Savings, slush fund.
Slush fund.
I got it.
Emergency fund.
These are all things that I feel like the audience.
That's cash. Emergency fund is cash.
Yeah.
I gotta be able to go in there and
get it just in case something happens.
I need something.
Right, but a lot of people don't know that and aren't doing that.
Yeah, but that's not no fault of the rich.
No, I don't think so either.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, there's no financial help when you go to college. Yeah, you're not learning.
But they don't teach that in school.
No.
I think they should teach it.
One of the coolest things about Mo is doing the research and reading up on how the rich stay rich and how the poor stay poor. What was it? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What was the other guy?
Mostly all the books. Brian Tracy.
Give me some good ones.
Everybody.
What?
Brian Tracy, John Maxwell.
Yeah, John Maxwell.
Anybody. They always talk about how to get rich. Steve Seabolt.
Mm-hmm. What are some titles you can give us? A book by
Psychology of Success. Like you said, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah. There was another.
Steven Seabolt is the. I think it's the. I forgot what number it is, but it's the of the high class they call it, instead of like upper class. It's high class.
Yeah.
Because it's just the way you act.
There was another one that was called like How to Stay with Brian Tracy. I forget what it is.
He just came out with a book, about how to be a millionaire or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but all of them have the same concept. It's just changing your thinking.
Right.
and the way you think about money and stuff. Just like Dave Ramsey talks about it because people go out and they just spend money. They don't save anything. They don't have any investments. They don't have any insurance. They don't have any of that stuff. And rich people have a lot of everything, of all that.
Right. So
They
just
have a lot of investments.
be very aware on where you're spending
I'm
your money
buying
and
shit.
how you're spending it. If it's not going to bring you something out of it, like,
Because I just said this on my video earlier when I was saying about I don't mind people going out and buying shit. People buy shit, makes them happy.
Mhm.
You just gotta have have a grip on buying more than you can afford or buying shit that you can't afford.
right, or buying.
Like some people go in, they want the best car
Just
because
about
they want the
spending
best
that
car because they want the best car because they want to show to somebody that they have the best car.
card.
Right? They don't even have a property. They don't live anywhere. They don't own anything. But they want to go out and get the best car because they just want to show, like, listen,
what I
I got money.
I'm making
And
money.
you don't have money. Because-
you just got a new bill.
You just got it. That's all you did. You bought a bill
You bought a bill.
that you're gonna be paying
100%.
for.
And the thing is to be aware and be honest about that. To know that's what I just did. And now what do I do? How do I get more money? A lot of people who are working a 9-to-5 job or working a damn near work way more than that. No 9 to 5, way more. But overall, if you're not investing in something to give you extra money outside of the job you're working, then you're gonna be stuck in that rat race.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be stuck in that cycle of just spending, consuming, and just living the same life. It's like Groundhog's Day.
What we're consuming. That's but the consumer. It has. I think. Well, I think the whole point of it is it has two sides to it, right?
Correct.
The people who are consuming are going to. It's gonna. If you consume, if that's all you do, it's just the same thing if we were just planting a field of food, right? Sorry, we planted a field of food, right? And then we all went and ate the food,
Right.
and we didn't plant more seeds to make more food.
That's it.
We wouldn't have more food,
Right.
Right. So consuming
So
is
you're gonna be a
okay.
smart farmer.
I get consuming,
Yeah,
right?
that's
People
fine.
consume, and that's cool. But there's two sides to it. There's consume, and then there's people that sell because they know everybody consumes.
No, even the person who knows it still consumes. It's just
But
they make an investment.
but he's also selling while he's consuming.
correct.
So that's what you need to get to a point where
That's
you
where you
can
gotta be.
sell and you can still consume. Rich
Right.
people buy shit all the time. They buy a lot of stuff.
Bro, I know.
They buy more expensive stuff too. They buy stuff
Oh,
that that you can't afford.
Right. You can't
And
even
I
think
get
about.
Yeah, you can't even think about it. You're
Think
going
about
into
how
the
much-
lot with a boat because a yacht is $3
That's
million, right?
expensive, bro.
So it's like
Yeah. It's an expensive life, but in order to keep up with that expensive lifestyle, you have to have something outside of just your job.
you can't be making money you gotta make money while you sleep.
We were talking about Tesla earlier.
Like right now,
from poor
he just
to rich.
Yeah,
right?
he just overtook Warren Buffett.
Wow, really?
Yeah, overtook Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is like,
But he's
got to be the third.
Still,
or
he's a guy.
second
He's a
richest
genius.
person
He's a guy
in the
we
world,
need in the world for sure.
right?
Thank God for
He
Tesla.
came and gave the technology. He sold. He built something,
Mhm.
right? That
But-
nobody probably thought was.
But he started
bullshit.
where?
He was like janitor.
He's a
I think
janitor.
from Ukraine. I think he's from.
Mhm.
Is what I'm saying. So he came here. He built that. He came up with this idea about Tesla.
Mhm.
And then he started to build the cars. And then he went from there. He went to the Solar City.
Yeah.
And now he's at SpaceX. I mean,
Now
yeah,
he's a
SpaceX.
one of a kind for sure when it comes to.
What I'm saying is that he just gives you that
yeah.
that dream that you could go and do that. Like
It's just
Amazon.
possible.
Amazon was in '96. He was worth like 10 grand or something.
Yeah.
And now he's the richest man in the world. So it gives you opportunity, but you got to know
Trump is different though, right?
they're probably consuming. Well,
Trump took over daddy money, but
see,
maintained daddy money.
I have an argument with that too.
Made more money.
I could give you $1 million.
Vince McMahon.
I could give you $1 million. I can give anybody on this podcast. If I
Doesn't
had $1
mean
million,
they're gonna-
I give you $1
yeah.
million. Tell
Doesn't-
you to double it.
Oh, no, I can't.
Come back with $2 million by the end of the year.
I can't. I actually no, I can't.
Right? Most people ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I can't.
That money's gonna be gone. They're gonna
Yeah.
spend it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He got money, but he I think he quadrupled it, whatever, because he wasn't a billionaire.
Yeah.
Now he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Multiple billionaire, like a 2 or 3, 4 billionaire.
Yeah.
Right? It's easier to say that. It's easier to say, oh, if I had the money, or if I grew up in this neighborhood, if I grew up and my daddy had money.
Right.
There's a lot of rich people that grow up, their family's rich, they get money,
Mhm.
and they end up broke.
Yeah,
Or
100%.
they end up not surpassing what was the wealth that was
Yeah,
before.
that was there before.
Right, there's a lot of Rockefellers, right? A lot of Rockefellers. All of them got Rockefeller money. They not Rockefeller. Rockefeller at his time was worth like 400 billion or something like
Yeah,
that,
something
right?
crazy.
To his money to our money nowadays.
Correct.
So like, there's nobody in his family genealogy like that passed down that money. That money got spread apart to,
Yeah, yeah.
spread to,
And family tree.
is worth $400 billion.
Yeah, no.
or can make $400 million, even with the businesses that they already had in place.
100%.
So I get that. It sounds good because you can say that and be like, oh, he came from money. That's great, but can you take $1 million and flip it to $2 million? I just don't see. I think a lot of people. I think from numbers, statistics, people getting loans, people doing this, they can't flip that.
No.
They can't make it. Take 100 and make it 200,000.
Yeah, sure.
It's easier said than done. So
You're
it is
right.
what it is.
You're
But
right on that one.
I just think like the whole point about is consumerism. People consuming. Stop buying shit you don't need.
Yeah.
Right. You learn as you get older, like you don't
So
need
start
that
realizing like, okay,
You
well,
start
I have a
selling
job
shit.
now, and I'm making decent money at my job, but I still owe more than I actually have, right? Like my debt is way more than what I'm actually making. So once you start realizing that, you start making decisions.
Well, that's your net worth.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't focus on
And they
that.
realize a while back you introduced me to Mint, and looked at it, looked at the
That tells
finances.
your net worth.
It was nothing.
And you're like minus.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck,
What
minus.
the heck is going
And then
on?
you stay minus for a year.
Yeah.
And in 2
Then you
years
have
you
to get
still
yourself out
minus.
of
You're
it.
like, what the
You have
fuck?
to get yourself
3
out.
years you still minus.
Yeah.
You're like, the only way I
Once
can
you
do it is
start-
I gotta get rid of debt.
Yes.
Once I get rid of debt, then everything I make is
Yeah.
making me positive.
Yeah.
And everything I put away is keeping me positive.
Right.
So you gotta look at that in a different way. Dave Ramsey, you know, I learned a lot at Prime America, I'll say too,
Yeah.
with that type of stuff. You're gonna learn more about it. But
Yeah.
you
The
gotta
thing
do
is
it.
you have to do the research also to kind of get yourself out of that. Okay, I'm gonna go to work today mindset. It's Groundhog's Day. You can't. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just there's more to life than just that. Just
Oh, yeah.
going to work. We're fathers. We're husbands. Or sons, right? But we're also when it comes to our financial decisions and our decision making. It's got to be you got to get on top of it. Or it's gonna eat you alive at the
Stop
end.
buying shit you don't need.
100%.
And then when I say
To
what you
impress
don't
people
need,
you don't like.
then you don't like Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. I don't think it was Will Smith.
It was
I think it
Fight
was some
Club.
other guy, but he
It's
took
Fight
it
Club.
from somebody else.
It's Fight Club.
But they put Will Smith on it too, though.
Yeah, but Fight
But
Club.
I think originally it goes even farther back than that. I don't know the actor.
Fight Club.
But stop buying shit you don't need. That's all I'm gonna say.
Have you ever
Alright.
seen the movie Knockaround Guys?
I don't even-
In this
Fuck
movie,
that.
it's been one of Vin Diesel's first movies. He's like a secondary character in it, and it all has to do with money. So there's a bag of money with like a few $1 million. I forget how much exactly it is. Millions though. And he has the bag, and he's supposed to take this bag. They work for the mob. He's supposed to take this bag. His only job is to fly to this country and drop it off. That's all he has to do. But he sees police and he drops it. And there's 2 kids that work there at the airport take the bag, right? And they're like potheads. They're really super young. They have no idea what's going on, but they're excited. They're, oh my god, I got to still get. What did they spend their money on? Candy.
Buying all
They were like in their teens, so they bought like skateboards and like all this crazy stuff.
You find money.
they could have.
Let me tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You find money or you steal money from somewhere. You
Yeah.
get a bag of money.
Yeah.
Just sit on that shit.
Yeah.
Sit on it for like a year, maybe 2 years. You gotta have some discipline. Sit on it for a year at least. Put a little bit into something. Put a little more into it. Don't just go out and buy a Ferrari.
Yeah, no.
You get what I mean? Like, go put it in something. Especially if you stole it, because that'd be
Yeah.
even worse.
Just live your normal life.
Live a
and then
normal
you
life
slowly,
and just slowly feed it into
feed it.
your account.
Exactly.
Slowly feed it.
But well, thanks for like, teaching us how to do crime. But
Not crime, I'm saying you come along and there's a
No, you're
$1 million
100%
bag of
right. Yeah,
money,
you're
don't
100%
fucking
right.
go just blow
so
it.
they started blowing it, right? It made a lot of commotion. Now the gangsters, the Italian mob, was looking for that money. The guy, major guy, was his son.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the son, and the son of one of the most infamous mobsters there were. So this was his first job, so he just screwed it up. So he had to. That money goes from that, and now one of the kids' fathers is the cop, and it's like a small town. So the cop goes grabs the money, and the cop's like, "Oh man, we're good." He goes, "We work." He goes, "You know what? We work really hard, really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I think we can kind of retire off of this." So what he does, they take the money. Now law enforcement's involved. So if you haven't seen the movie, watch it, because then you can kind of see the path of the money. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's called Knockaround Guys. Watch it. It's on Netflix.
Alright guys, we just thought we'd give some insight. Consumerism. Stop buying shit
Stop
you
buying
don't
shit you don't
need
need, bro.
to impress people you don't
You
like.
don't like.
Alright?
Stop it.
And then
Peace.